everything is fine and I'm 100% happy. I'm not. I don't think anybody is, and I don't think anybody should be. Because if you're 100% happy, I mean, bless you if you're Buddhist, and if you're 100% happy and you're 100% content, you don't want anything, what's your purpose on this earth? What's your purpose for being here? But life's gonna fuck up. Shit's gonna hit the fan. You're going to fuck up. Shit's gonna hit the fan. And only by acknowledging where the shit landed and cleaning it up little bit by little bit, when you can, where you can, and not hiding it and pretending it's not there, only then can you change it. And if you've got the heart and the mind to change it, it will fucking change. First and second laws of Owen. And that's all I have to say about that. So, let's get into the things for which I am grateful. I really need to make a sound effect and put it on my soundboard. I'll have to play around with that later on. Because I'm just I think that's the funniest thing in the world. It's probably stupid. But I love it. So I'm going to keep doing it. Okay, so number one, I am grateful for my sky god, my thunder god, my homeboy, Perun. Okay, before I go any further, let me let me clarify something. I'm not trying to sound like I'm a pagan or anything like that. I'm actually, I think the proper term would be pantheistic. I believe in one divine energy that can manifest in whatever fucking form it wants to. And I have certain forms that I like to banter with. I don't know if you could necessarily call it prayer. But they're the ones that I go hey, Breed. I love Breed. Breed's my homegirl. She's a Celtic goddess, or Irish Celtic goddess of poetry and the forge and inspiration and stuff like that. She's also a mother and fire, and I love her. She's kind of a bitch in the Iron Druid Chronicles, but I love that about her too. And then Perun, my Slavic sky god, I like him because I like him better than Thor. Thor is an asshat, I'm just saying. Perun, love him. Not really polytheistic, not really pagan. It's just one source energy, and I kind of, create in my mind these characters, usually based off of urban fantasy, specifically Iron Druid Chronicles. And I banter with him. So I'm grateful for my sky god, Perun, because he sent us Saturday night and Sunday morning thunderbolt and lightning. It was very, very frightening, Galileo. Actually, it wasn't really. It was very comforting, but I'm so grateful for that rain, and I'm so grateful for the cooling off. And it's fixing to be homecoming weekend over at a local university, McMurray University. And which means it's about to hella cool off. Because it seems like every year when it is McMurray's homecoming weekend, that's when we get our first major cold snap. Because here's the thing is they have this tradition of the freshmen and sophomores and in the Greek letter associations, pledging or rushing or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They build teepees on the front lawn of the school, and they camp out there overnight. And so Mother Nature, the universe, whomever probably sees this and goes, ha, undergrads in teepees, let us make it cold. So I'm grateful for that. I mean, hopefully they're all going to be okay. They always are. But I'm really excited about that. I'm debating about whether or not I can take some time off of work so that I can go to the the choir concert that they always have homecoming weekend, because I haven't been able to go to a Chanters concert for a couple of years now, and I used to sing in the Chanters, and I still want to, show my moral support for these talented whippersnappers. So I am grateful for the weather, particularly the weather sent by Perun. So Perun be praised. Number 2, I am grateful for, I mentioned it before, but I'm grateful for Christopher Titus and his sense of humor and his way of looking at the world, because it always makes me laugh. It always makes me feel better. I mean, laughter really is the best medicine. But there's a certain amount of catharsis that comes with it. But as I said earlier in the show, I always walk away from any of his shows, specials, whatever, with a sense of hope and of being uplifted. For instance, Sunday afternoon, I watched his show, 5th Annual End of the World Tour, which he recorded. First of all, it's up in full on YouTube, so go check it out. But he recorded that in, I guess it was 2006? 2005, 2006. And so it's really interesting for me to look back at what was going on in the world 10, 12 years ago, and how fucked up that was back then compared to how fucked up things are now. It just sort of makes me go, wow. But by that same token, if all that shit can end on a happy note in his show, life goes on and things have the ability to get better and we can turn this shit around, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel hopeful. And I really appreciate and am grateful for Christopher Titus and his unique point of view. So the third thing for which I am grateful is pot pies. I love pot pies. I also, because I made a trip on Saturday to this Dollar General down the street from where I live, and I got a few groceries. Not terribly healthy groceries, but this is why you never go to the store hungry. But I came back with a few pot pies, and I'm happy about that. But I also came back with like one of the cans of spray cheese. Do not judge me. I know it's not healthy. I know it's not real cheese. I know, but it tastes fucking amazing. And you know what it tastes amazing with, other than crackers? Pringles. I'm not joking about that. It is amazing. You're like, oh my gosh, so good. So I'm grateful for pot pies and canned spray cheese stuff. I will probably die. I know I'm committing suicide on the installment plan, but really, aren't we all? So, those are the things for which I am grateful. If you would like to contact me anywhere on the internet, what you need to be looking for is PurpleBecca923. That's PurpleBecca 923. That is my username on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. With regards to Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, I always follow back. Might take me a while, but I'll get there. Unless and until you send me something inappropriate, in which case you'll be dealt with accordingly. You know, it's really interesting. I didn't used to, side note real quick, I didn't used to say that, but once I did, suddenly people stopped sending me inappropriate shit. Like, yes. So either I managed to block all the douchebags and perverts, which is highly unlikely, or people are starting to pay attention and I'm giving a good fuck off vibe to the douchebags and the perverts. So yay me, one way or another. purplebecca923@gmail.com is the email address, and purplebecca923.com is the website. Yas. So, before I close out this show, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite podcasts, and I'm probably going to cycle through a bunch of different podcasts, or the same few podcasts over and over and over again. I absolutely adore, and I'm pretty sure I've given them a shout out before. Not like a lot of people listen to this show, so but I adore the Brain Food podcast. I really, really do. I absolutely adore that show. It's done by the guys that run the Today I Found Out YouTube channel, Simon Whistler and David something or another, and it's a really good show. A lot of similar stuff to what you would hear on Today I Found Out, except less scripted, which is awesome. And they have really good chemistry, and I mean, you wouldn't even know it that they're David is somewhere here stateside. I think he mentioned what state, but I for some reason I keep wanting to say Colorado, but that doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. Anyways, but he's stateside, and Simon lives in the Czech Republic in Europe. So, but you wouldn't note it. No, you would not know it, the way that the show is put together and the way that they interact with each other. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, go check that out, the Brain Food Show podcast, with Simon Whistler and David, what's his face? I'm sorry. Oh man, I feel horrible because I can't remember his last name. Maybe I never heard his last name, but I feel like I should know it, and I don't. But I know Simon's. So anyways, until next time, remember to go out there and create what you deserve. Believe that you deserve it and create it. And then you can fly with the penguins. I'm getting a little bit better with it. So, toodaloo!